Diane Abbott needs to be kicked out of the Labour Party. Can you imagine being a Labour MP and being allowed to go on national television and totally trash the party that you're representing? Because that's exactly what she did yesterday. It's a sorry state of affairs when it actually forces the host of the TV programme to be defending the party you're supposed to be representing. You wouldn't see it in any other parties. Can you imagine if the Tories or the Lib Dems or even Reform did this? They'd be kicked out straight away and have the whip removed. Bosh, job done. But for some reason, Diane Abbott is allowed to get away with it. I was completely dismayed, but they gave her the whip back right before the general election. She's, in a sense, a Tory enabler. She's a Tory spy. She might as well cross the floor and sit with the Tories. Even Craig McKinley, the former Tory MP and now a Lord, actually sat there and was surprised at how much he agreed with her. I get that every party is going to have their disagreements. I get that you're not going to like your leadership, especially if you're a massive Corbyn fan. But if you want to go on national television and start trashing the policies that your party is putting forward, then you just need to sit as an independent. You can't sit under the banner of a Labour MP and then just completely rip the party to shreds. In the space of one interview, she's advocated for rich pensioners to carry on getting the winter fuel allowance, fan the flames of Freebie-gate, and then claim the budget, her own party's budget, is an austerity budget. Now, admittedly, the Freebie-gate doesn't look good optics-wise, but they didn't actually break any rules. And as for rich pensioners still getting the winter fuel allowance, that doesn't free up any more money for the poorest of society. And for the budget to be an outright austerity budget, that means that overall spending would have to come down, which it doesn't. That's just an outright lie, and even Victoria Derbyshire had to pull her up on it. What does she intend to gain from this? Does she want to see the Labour Party crash and burn? Does she want to see the Tories come straight back in? With Labour now in power, I want to see people with the broadest shoulders paying a little bit extra so that people that don't have a lot of money can have a better quality of life. And yet here she is, shilling for the Tories.
How do you think this Labour government and Keir Starmer as Prime Minister are doing so far?
Well, it's interesting that they've wheeled out the recycled Blairite pack milk cider. They always wheel him out when they've got a problem. There's been issues where I think Keir Starmer has shown poor judgment. He didn't seem to understand that a man on £150,000 a year as leader of the opposition, it would look bad if he was getting a millionaire to pay for his glasses and his suits. He didn't seem to understand. Maybe if he'd done more door knocking for the Labour Party, didn't understand of all the people to take money off, not pensioners. Pensions don't forgive and forget, and they're one of the blocks of voters who actually do vote. And he didn't seem to get it, that would be a problem. People are still coming up to my colleagues in other parts of the country in the street to complain about what he did about winter fuel.
But why should wealthy pensioners get winter fuel payments?
I understand that argument. I actually believe in universal benefits. What I'm saying is, by taking winter fuel allowance away from pensioners in that rather clunking way, it showed poor political judgment.
Yeah, do you agree with Diane Abbott on this?
I agree with Diane on lots of things today. It's quite rare, actually, in our political life that we agree with things. But, yeah, bringing Pat McFadden out is usually an indication that things are going off the rail.
I think in a way, Craig is right. We don't seem to have many new ideas apart from sort of Blairism, really, and a budget which I think will prove to be an austerity budget. But I think we were right to put more money into the NHS.
And they would say that that isn't austerity because it's an extra £22 billion over the next 2 years.
Yeah, but when you add the figures up, and it's an austerity budget.
OK.
It's bad enough that your own MPs are trying to bring your party down from within when you've got the entire media trying to compare you to the self-serving Tory party as well, which you can see them doing on Sky News right here in the video that's on screen now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.